Riverside.
Mr. White, good morning, Mr. White.
Good morning, Mrs. Angel. How are you today?
Living the dream, always.
That's the way. That's the way.
Got some feedback, got some reflections this week. I should have been a bit more forward thinking. I'll talk to you more about it throughout the podcast.
That sounds ominous.
It is. It's a moment for deep reflection right now. And it's about time management. Interestingly, my teaching tip last week was all about time management.
Yes.
But anyway, We all live and learn. And we'll kick off with saying a massive thank you to Video Pro for making us look spectacular in this lighting and sounding and voicing and all of the stuff. They love teachers, as do we.
Yes.
So thank you to everyone around the world who is joining us for this episode. If you're a teacher, if you're an assistant teacher, if you're an administrative officer, if you're a cleaner, if you're somebody studying education, what else?
Yep.
What else likes this?
If you're a parent, if you're a student, or if you ever just went to school, or you've ever seen a school and wondered, what goes on there? That's pretty much everyone. I think that covers most bases.
It really does.
Yeah.
So hello to you all. You're not going to be disappointed tonight. What are you drinking, Mr. White?
I'm glad you asked.
What's tonight's end of week drop? What have you got?
Tonight is a cheeky Central Victorian Shiraz, Macedon Ranges. Actually, I went to a wine bar after work today and had a cheeky glass on the way home with a few colleagues. And I had a glass of this, and I liked it so much, I thought, I'm going to get a bottle of that. So the good people at GVC in Guildford, Victoria, thank you very much. It's their Shiraz from 2019. Very tasty, very good example of a cool climate Shiraz. It's light, it's fruity, it's got a little bit of pepper on it. It's beautiful.
Oh, my goodness, it sounds spectacular.
Yummy,
I'm drinking a Fiano. It's a Fiano. Yes,
like a Fiano.
I know. Because I started early in the sunshine. It is. It's an Italian one. Obviously,
it's actually from Italy too.
It is. It is genuine Italiano Fiano. It's lovely. It is light. Yes, that's how the Australians celebrate the Italiano Fiano. I don't know that that's how they quite say it in the land of the pizza. And my sweet niece is over in Milan at the moment.
Wow.
So cheers to you, Tiana. I wish I was there, and I couldn't be more proud that you are traveling the world and all of its joys, and hopefully you're having a lovely wine tonight over there as well.
It'll be hard not to. You're having a wonderful wine over there. They make some good stuff up there. Fiano's great. I quite like Fiano. A lot of Fiano grown around the King Valley. In Victoria, sort of a central area for Italian wines in Australia. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
Area.
Very easy drinking, delicious wine.
It is. Yes.
Well,
what
are
we doing?
I feel like a couple of weeks into the term. Did you drop something, Mr. White? You look terrified all of a sudden.
It's just unplugged itself, but it's all right. We're back.
I can hear you. You're right. Okay. So we're going to talk spiraling upwards, and I'm going to pretend that you're not under the desk right now, and we are going to talk about... I can hear you. You're all good.
Yeah, no worries. What's the problem?
We're going to talk about telling somebody, how grateful you are for the work they do, and how did the conversation go?
Very important. What happened? Tell me about one.
Okay. And it is still going off right now. So I want to tell everyone about this awesome thing that we do at my school. So it wasn't introduced by me, and all of the best things weren't introduced by me. One of our staff members just all of a sudden introduced Friday shout-outs on our WhatsApp channel one Friday after she'd had an awesome day, awesome working week, and with some great support of our fellow staff. And she put something up on the WhatsApp channel, which then created a stream of other people shouting out to each other, and now it's just a staple every Friday night. It's beautiful. Brilliant. And it just the WhatsApp is tinging, and it's just gone, and it's been a particularly wonderful Friday night. Going to share a couple of things. My shout out goes to all the ATs and master teachers. I received so much support in my classes and in my preparation this week. This is a new teacher who started with us this week. I truly love Springfield and can't wait to see what comes. I truly value the support and the effort that Springfield team shows. Somebody else said, oh man, so much love. Firstly, thanks to everyone who covered my classes while I was out today. You all rock. Shout out to Nate for being an incredible, thoughtful CMC buddy. You always insist on supporting me, and I really appreciate it. Somebody else said, and then somebody says, I have so many shout outs. And then somebody says, no cap, for real, for real. And then somebody said, cracked. Everyone is cracked at their job. And then somebody said, is cracked some new hip language. And then somebody said, no cap. And then somebody said, on God, mum's soul.
We're going to have to unpack that, I think.
Oh my!
On?
They lost me there, but then it came back, to this person, like 5 different people, for your awesome work in your first 2 weeks of teaching. It's been so great watching you embrace all of the new challenges with a smile. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. Like there's literally 50 messages that have just been rolling through since about 4 o'clock this afternoon on this WhatsApp channel. Oh my gosh. What a way to, yeah.
So good. And look, positivity breeds positivity. I mean, you get people in the right sort of frame of mind and then they can contribute something and that adds to the bonfire of what you're experiencing there. It's fantastic. What a wonderful thing to make a weekly event. Yeah. Fantastic.
And everyone's, as the principal, I don't kick it off. Like it just happens every Friday. Somebody always kicks it off first up and then it just is beautiful to watch it unfold, which is what spiraling upwards is all about.
It is.
And
absolutely.
So what about you? What about you, Mr. White?
Well, I was rummaging through my memory book recently, and I found a doctor's prescription, an official prescription slip.
Show us.
I don't know if I'm allowed to. There's a number on it and all that sort of thing. I'm not sure I'm allowed to. And I don't want to get this person in trouble. But he was the father of a student. I had a pretty soft spot for the student and for the father, I must admit. They were good fun, and the kid was great, and I really enjoyed teaching him. And he was a rambunctious kid. He had a bit of fun with people. And at the end of the year, I got a box of Maltesers along with this doctor's prescription slip, and it says on it, thanks for your efforts in putting up with Joe.
Insert name here.
Insert name here. Let's go with Joe. If he ever should cause you undue distress, take 3 balls immediately and chew with your eyes closed. He's referring obviously to the Maltesers. If you don't feel any better, repeat with 6 balls every 2 minutes until relief. Note, under no circumstances should you consume the entire box in one go. Officially signed and dated. That's wonderful. That just makes you, that's just something that he thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. It was great. It was a really good thing. And this is, what is it? That was 2016. So what are we? 7 years later. And I've just dug that up and go, I can remember that student. I can remember the parent really well. Every parent-teacher interview, we had good fun. He was a great guy. And, I just dug it up and it remembers, I remember
That's
something positive.
Beautiful.
It was great. It was so much fun. And it is now, 7 years later. Brilliant.
And a great reminder, so obviously both you and I are not just teachers, but we're also parents, and we're parents of kids who are at school. And we know how, like, you've kept that because it made you laugh, it made you feel appreciated, it made you appreciate the rambunctious children, of which both you and I have. And so it's nice to know that those ones are appreciated and loved by teachers as well. So if you're a parent, and then, that gratitude, tell someone how grateful you are for the work they do. It makes you feel really good and it makes them feel really good. So if you like what you're seeing when you're working in a school, or if you've got a kid in a school and somebody's doing something good, tell them. Yeah. Like, don't sit on that. Tell them, because it only spreads joy and it makes everyone feel good.
There it is again. Positivity breeds positivity. It's great. Feeling good. It's wonderful. You feel, valued and you feel liked and respected, and it's good fun.
Love it.
Good fun.
All right. Let's do a magical moment.
Good one.
Yes. All right. Let me get prepared. All right. There's two sides to this magical moment. It's my own personal magical moment this week. And so our students are currently doing poetry, and our juniors are doing, is it Cinquine poems? Cinqui. Is that how you say it? Cinquine poems. And our grade 9 and 10 students are doing erasure poetry. Do you know what that is? I had never heard of it as a non-English teacher.
Erasure.
So they've been given things that people have written, or statements and sayings, and then which has got a significant message in it, and then they can erase out the bits and pieces to create a new message, or reiterate the first message.
Yes, I have done that before. I didn't realise the terminology. Yes, right. Yes. Gotcha. That's great fun. Yeah.
Yes, great fun, particularly when one of our awesome teachers. So we'll go with the seniors first, because it made me giggle. Didn't give me the warm and fuzzies, but I was actually very impressed with what they did with it. So the awesome teacher gave them, went online and took some captures of things that I have been caught in the press saying. So some of my media statements that I've had, and she put that into a document. So it kind of sums up what I stand for about teaching, and about how I feel about kids, and how I feel about supporting, low socioeconomic students and closing the gap, and about how important explicit instruction is, and all of those things. Well, that's what my message was. Anyway, you eliminate a few words, and you get a very different message, as it turns out. Mm-hmm. So we have Miss Trunchbowl is what the first one. Obviously, I was a hammer thrower and also a school principal.
Matilda.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So this person has erased things, my own words. In my own words, cutting out a few, it says, "It's never important to focus on quality teaching. The nation's breaking down students, being experts in everything, education, jobs, and owning our children." Seems like a solid message that I made. Thank you very much.
Well done.
And then there's this one, Mrs. Angel. Mrs. Angel, teachers focus on the positive aspects of breaking down low socioeconomic students and children. Also horrible.
Do they?
I don't feel like... But then this lovely student, who obviously gets all of the A's, Miss Angel, "It's important to focus on other people. Quality teaching can change lives."
It sounds like something you would say.
"Connect and shine on positive aspects to allow us to be a community. It's important to be proud of their profession. Everything makes great difference. Change lives."
That sounds
nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Lovely, closer. And then the juniors, it's been great to see across all three of our campuses, the grade 4 to 6 students are doing the Cinquine poetry.
Yep.
Cinquine. And they've had to write poems about us, about the principals at each of our campuses. And so my fellow principals on our WhatsApp channel have shared what the students have said about us. And so one of the principals got the name of the principal, and then it says, "Nice, polite, yelling, staring, walking, always saying dad jokes. Cool." Another one that he got was also "Nice, kind, joking, checking, thinking, never making people laugh. Principal." That was 2 for one of them. The other one said,
"Never making people laugh."
Yeah, this one is for the other principal, who's literally maybe 3 years maybe older than me. His one was his name, and then "Ancient, cringe, dancing, sitting, joking, looking out for us, friend." It's really quite humbling, isn't it?
It's lovely.
But my beautiful students, well, maybe I only got shown the nice ones, actually, which, well done, Springfield. It is principal. Kind, happy, caring, helping, amazing. We always show star, angel. And I got principal, pretty, nice, caring, believing, helping, strict but is fair, angel.
Oh, wow. I see what they've done there. Very clever.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So beautiful.
That's
Beautiful.
great.
If you're not getting your kids in English to be writing about their principal, then what are you even doing, right?
What are you even doing?
Good reflection.
That's good. That erasure one's a really good exercise because for kids who struggle in generating text, they can create text by taking away.
Yes.
So it empowers them to create even though using other words, they create their own message by taking away, and that can really help the students who don't like creating or struggle with creating things.
Starting from a blank page.
Yes. I like teaching haikus, which, as you'll remember, is 3 lines with 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. And I always write on the board when I teach this: haikus are easy, but sometimes they don't make sense. Refrigerator.
That's good.
I do like that one. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
They never forget that it's, I remember that one. It's 575. I remember 3 lines, 575. Yep.
But what did he put in the last line? Oh, yeah. Refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Yep, that's perfect sense. That's gold. Well, they're moving on to haikus next, actually. So I think the juniors.
Well, there you go.
Yes, or one of them. So there will be some haikus coming as well. So stay tuned. And any mastery students, there you go. You've just had a kind of a flipped classroom there of learning what a haiku is. You'll never forget that. Mr. White is helping out as well.
I'm here to help.
That's good. Awesome. All right. You have a wisecrack? Why do I even ask? All right. Prep it and let's do this.
Let's do it.
Whitey's Weekly Wisecracks. What do you got, Mr. White?
Well, this one's a bit of a serious one, actually. So there was a news. We were having class, and there was a bit of movement up the back in a senior class, year 11s, I think it was, and they were on their computers doing some research, and one of the girls gasps, "Oh my goodness!" And then I hear some chatting. I go, "What's going on? What's going on?" So, "Oh, Mr. White, there's a kidnapping at the school down the road." I go, "Oh, what?" She said, "It's okay though. She woke up." But it was a way.
That was just the second one. The second one was for the ones who are still sitting there going, "I'm still really worried about the kid. I don't know why everyone's laughing."
Wait,
and then
kidnapping.
Yeah,
it's all right. The kid woke up. Kid wake up. But the best thing about that was the way they sold it. Like, I was so proud of them because they're on the computer. And, and then it's spread, and it's not like, "Did you hear this one, Mr. White?" No, they actually sold it. I love it. Make it real.
Beautiful.
Tell a story. Tell a story.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
That kid read the crowd. She knew which teacher's going to think this is awesome, and nailed it. And as always, I'm certain that kid got an A.
I reckon they might.
Didn't
have,
she?
Yeah.
She just.
I reckon she probably did.
Yeah. Oh, she couldn't write. She's terrible at English, but what a wisecracker, and we love those kids.
A's all round. Everyone, A's all round that day.
Yeah, you get one. You get an A. You were like Oprah.
You get an A. You get an A. You get an A.
Oh, spectacular. Well done. And I got it. So whoever that kid is, thank you. Just for just the high quality. I don't know if it's even high quality if I can't get it in the end. Wisecracks that Mr. White is bringing to the table. I just level down a little bit. I don't know.
I am settling down to your level.
Thank you. Just pitch to your audience, all right? Assume that nobody else who's listening is smarter than I am, and then just pitch to me, okay? Because I know it brings you joy when I laugh.
I posit that our average listener is quite intelligent, and I will
more intelligent than me. We can only hope.
No. But I will pepper in the more subtle and sophisticated jokes from here
Excellent.
and there, and
Okay.
just to keep them interested, keep them paying attention.
That's right. Check for understanding with them as well, so they're not just eye rolling for the sake of myself. All right, let's do some teaching tales. As soon as I can find a button. Found it.
Well done.
Teaching tales. Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Here we go. Got a couple. These are the ones that are from the Reader's Digest. Great reading. Why waste paper? And Larry Timmons sends this in. I recently asked a student where his homework was, and he replied, "It's still in my pencil." It's good. Nice right, kiddo.
It's good. That's a wisecrack.
Yes, I know. He's like your kid. I reckon
Gold.
Larry Timmons, if that kid didn't get an A, I don't know. You weren't being kind enough.
Still in my pencil.
Still in my pencil. It's good. All right. This one is don't do that, I said when one of my first graders playfully draped a banknote over his eyes. And I told him money is full of germs. And he said, "It is?" he asked. I said, "Yes, it's very dirty." He thought about it for a moment and he said, "Is that why they call people who have a lot of it filthy rich?"
I like that a lot.
Good
I like that
question, kiddo. Oh, that's good stuff. You're so smart.
High quality question.
This happens so often. I know in my school, similar as this. So this is Susan White sends in. Jimmy had trouble figuring out when to use I instead of me. And then one day while creating a sentence in front of the first grade class, Jimmy haltingly said, I shut the door. Realizing that he was right, he jumped up and down and shouted, "Me did it!"
I have a very, very bad habit. It's a reflex. I can't help it. I like correcting the subject object, the I and the me. I can't stop doing it, and so much so that I got known for it at a previous school I worked at. And one day, one of the kids was telling me a story, and she said, "Oh yeah, me and Susan went to the park." And I said, "Who?" She goes, "Me and Susan went to the park." I go, "Who?" "Me and Susan. You know Susan. She's in 9B. I go, yeah, I know Susan. So me and Susan, who?" And then the girl nudged her. The girl next to her nudged her, and he wants you to say,
Susan and I.
Susan and I. Oh, it's fun. But it's embarrassing because I sometimes correct people in situations that I probably shouldn't.
Yeah. But when you know, I don't know, when you know. So if I'm a bit of a, well, I have shared some of my faux pas with you that I find I get really embarrassed.
You shouldn't. Don't laminate on it.
Anyway, who knew that ruminate and lament should never be combined, and to make a laminate, because that's not a word that means the same as those two words together. Laminate is literally putting a plastic sheet of thing over a piece of paper. Anyway, I'm really embarrassed to the parents.
We all live and learn.
And the good thing is when you share something like that with a friend, it's great that it never comes up in conversation again.
No. Yeah, it depends on which.
We're in a safe place. We're in the zone, in a cone of silence.
Depends on
when
which
I tell you.
Yeah, cone of silence here. No one will hear this. We're only in the top 150 in Taiwan.
Yeah. And hello to you both.
Hello.
It's great to have that one's for you, Wes
good.
Smith. There you go. Using your own content back.
I love it. I love it. How's your piano going?
Piano's well, it's going well. So let's talk about, do you have a teaching tip? Let's go teaching tip.
Yeah, teaching tip, absolutely. Well, given that I read out that message before, the prescription that I had before, I think it is important to keep these things. It is important to keep them and to just go through them now and then, because really, you do. They really do jog memories. So you read something that a student has written to you, or even a parent has written to you. Keep it. Just keep it. Put it somewhere. An email from a parent, whatever it is. Keep it. Put it in a file somewhere. You might not look at it for 5 years. You might look at it for 20, 30, 40 years. But at the end of the career, maybe you go back and you have a look at that folder that's been gathering dust for the last 40 years, and you're wondering why you've kept it. You go back to it and go, I remember them. It's quite a buzz. It's quite a buzz. So my teaching tip would be just pay attention to the little things and give them time and effort to preserve them and look after them, because they can really pay you back.
I love it. That is a fantastic tip. I listen to, I'm obsessed with true crime podcasts, and it kind of translates across professions. And they obviously they're talking about some pretty dark content on a true crime podcast, and they call the positive feedback that they get, they call it the good, and they have a WhatsApp channel that they share with all of their staff called the good, and any positive feedback that they get goes up on the good. Awesome. And then now they're sharing that with their listeners as well. And awesome. So I think, I'm definitely with teachers, you've got to keep the good, and that's what spiraling upwards is all about, that you have to attend to the good, capture the good, absolutely reflect on the good. And that's how joyful that it is that you were able to keep that, and then look back at that doctor's prescription and see that. That's beautiful. Yeah,
you got to cultivate the good. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Let it grow.
Yep. I had a student that I taught back in 2012 contact me on Facebook the other day, and I'm gonna see if I can find it, because I was gonna share it the other week. Let me see if I can share it, and it is. Actually, I'm not going to be able to find it tonight. I will. I'm going to put it up on the Facebook page.
But you were very good at this. You gave a shout out a few months ago for all your previous students to get in touch with you. Yes. Somehow drop your line.
Yes. Yeah. And this student didn't on that. So he was kind of part of that group, but not really. And we had an interesting kind of tumultuous relationship, maybe. I don't know whether it was. So it was. We didn't spark a immediate positive relationship. There was a bit of. I had to suss him out a fair bit, and so the relationship didn't come really easily.
Right.
And but then once it was cultivated, by the time he graduated, it was great, and so much so that he played in the touch football team with my husband and I a few years after he graduated, and now he's got a great career as a tradie. He's got twin boys, which are karma works quite spectacularly sometimes. He was rambunctious, would we say. Jimmy was very rambunctious in my classes, and now he's got two rambunctious twins that are just gorgeous and absolutely keeping him on his toes. But he sent me this beautiful YouTube clip where he didn't say anything other than this, just sent the clip, and it said, people don't remember the names of the Nobel Peace Prize winners and these things, but they always remember the names of their teachers because they're the ones that make a difference. And he just sent that clip with nothing else, just sent the clip to me, which is it meant a huge amount to receive. Cool. To receive that, absolutely, after so many years of water under the bridge. So reach out to your teachers, and if you have the good teachers, keep it because you work so hard, and sometimes in the difficult weeks you need to be able to pull it out and remind yourself of the difference that you've made, and so that you can find the strength to keep chugging along.
Yeah, because sometimes you do need that. The positivity that brings gives you the light of why you're doing what you're doing. It gives you that inspiration to keep pushing and to say, what you're doing is making a difference, and here's the proof.
Yeah.
Yep. You need that sometimes.
Yeah, and you don't always. So the thing with teaching is there's a million moments along the way that you have a moment and then you move on, and you can see that you've made a difference, but you don't have you don't get a tangible slip every time you've changed somebody's lives.
Yeah.
So if you get something tangible that you can file away and look back on, they're the things that you can connect with later, because sometimes the moments are there. There's so many moments there. Every moment you're making a difference, but you don't always get something tangible out of it. So keep the tangibles.
That's great. Yep, keep the tangibles. Absolutely. Really well put.
Love it. And I look forward to continue to delve into your box of the good as the podcast rolls out. It sounds like you've had some awesome parents and kids who think outside the box when they're capturing the good along the way.
Yes. Creativity is to be valued wherever it exists.
Love it. So my teaching tip this week,
Yes.
I've got a really important one.
Yes.
Pick up your pen.
Got it.
You ready to write? You ready to write this down?
What colour? I've got a 4-click pen here.
Red. You're going to need red.
Oh, red.
If you've got a bold, write it down.
All right.
All right. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Should you be travelling overseas for work
Hang on,
with a flight leaving at 6?
Slow down.
Should you be leaving on an overseas flight on a Saturday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning? My teaching tip is that you should definitely have packed your bag for said trip before 9 o'clock the evening before.
Okay, so yes, no, well that makes sense. I think any logical person would do that. This sounds like it's a bit close to home to you. What's going on?
Yeah. So I'm flying out at 6. So obviously I need to be at the airport a long time before 6. And my next job after recording this podcast is to crack open that bag and pack for summer. Summer in Oregon, in the USA. Heading over to the National Institute of Direct Instruction conference.
It sounds like it needs an acronym.
Nifty,
if
you may. Heading to the Nifty conference, and it would have been nifty if I had have packed earlier. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be a very fast and furious trip, and I'm hoping to capture some great teaching tales and wisecracks from the awesome educators that I meet over there, and spread the Teachers Change Lives word, and also obviously the Mastery Schools Australia word.
Yes, absolutely. That sounds like a lot of fun. But I would have thought someone like yourself, principal, education leader, teacher of the year, would have someone to pack your bags and to buy you a first-class ticket. No? I'm just judging by your laugh that's not the case, is it?
It's amazingly no. That is not the case at all. But hey, if anyone wants to apply for the job, pay's not good, but I will definitely, you'll get great experience if you want to come and pack my bag. I talk a lot. Happy to share a bottle of wine as you pack my bag. Give good, clear instructions. Lots of positive feedback. Yeah. So applications are open. Obviously, if anybody could apply real quick, that'd be great, because it's not going to get packed itself. And yeah.
Now, you said the idea being that you should pack by 9 p.m. before a 6 a.m. flight. Is that right? Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well,
so we probably should finish up pretty quickly, because
you've got
3 minutes. 3 minutes left. If we finish up right now, I can open the bag before 9 o'clock the night before.
You never know. Are we going out live? We've got to get people to apply for this. You get a lot of...
Well, okay, whatever. I'm going to pack this bag, and then I'm sure that the applications are going to just roll in. People are going to be just fighting each other for this job. So send them in, and we'll see. Basically, all applications will be not just considered. Any application, you've got the job. So yeah, send them through, and I'll let you know my address, and you can move into the spare room imminently, because that would be great.
Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. You know how to contact us. We're on Teachers Change Lives podcast at gmail.com. We are on all the socials.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, any way you want to reply, you can do it. You could just go onto the podcast, any of the podcast apps. You can leave a review. I'll take applications through a review. In fact, if you make any contact with us, that will be assumed that you would like the job, and you will immediately be given the job.
No, but we still want people to send in their teaching tales and wisecracks.
Are you assuming that people don't just want to reach out and just take this position?
I think people can see maybe some negatives of you sitting back, drinking your Fiano while critiquing someone's packing ability and possibly sitting there in the corner throwing popcorn at them or something like that.
Never. Me? Never.
I don't know.
Never.
Image that popped into my mind. I reckon I can see that.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, and I just wanted to, a couple of people have reached out and asked about all my medical woes. So the good news is that I have been to the doctor many times over the holidays, and today I have been and had a cortisone injection in my left foot for an inflamed nerve, and I have had a cortisone injection this afternoon into my right shoulder for a bursa with fluid or something in it. So I am good to go, particularly right now because they go local in anesthetic and also cortisone. I'm about to go out for a boxing session because my foot feels good, my shoulder feels good. I'm ready. Absolutely, my body's ready to get on a flight. Because
I was going to say, so your body's ready for 32 hours of sitting in a seat that I'm assuming is not first class.
No, it's not first class. I'm a teacher. First class ain't a thing. Once again, as a teacher, we get paid in love and gratitude, and respect and appreciation. Mm-hmm. But never first class is how we get paid as teachers, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Because it's going to be a great experience. How lucky am I, a teacher heading overseas to a conference?
Awesome. Have you ever been to Oregon before?
Have never been to Oregon before,
awesome.
No.
So Portland? Not Portland. No, where is it?
Eugene in Oregon. Eugene, yes. Eugene. Apparently beautiful hiking. It's very hot over there at the moment, so it's going to be great to... So the good news is less to pack because it's not cold.
Yes.
So there you go. So just a couple of... No, not going to be a couple of bikinis. I'm going to a conference. Not just conference wear, but apparently, great hiking and hoping to go whitewater rafting as well. Cool. Yeah, which should be fun over there. Apparently, that's a thing that you do in Eugene.
Yeah. Lots of natural beauty. I'm led to believe over there. Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be great. You'll learn a lot. You'll share a lot, and your shoulder and your foot will be fine.
That's right. So peak physical health. Just need my bag packed, and I can't wait to come back and share everything, share the experience with you and our listeners, obviously.
Brilliant.
All right. Well, let's go pack a bag then, hey?
Well, you haven't got long to go, and maybe just check the email to see if there are any applicants.
Perfect. Yep. I'll wait a couple of minutes and see what rolls through, and then if nothing comes through, I'll just do it myself. And so to everyone who is obviously most people are at work in Queensland this week, then have a great week at work, and we will reconvene next week.
Love your work. Thank you, everyone.
Sounds good. All right. Have a good week.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Riverside.